The first delegation of Canadian senators and MPs with a focus on Indigenous issues has come to Taiwan. Delegation members include First Nation, Inuit, and Métis. The delegation visited IPCF on July 16th, showing great attention to the development of Taiwan Indigenous languages, cultures, and media.
Thrilled to hear their own languages on the radio. The delegation of Canadian senators and MPs visited Indigenous Peoples Cultural Foundation on 16th. Since FTN is also an Indigenous TV network, the delegation inquired about the operations and funding sources of TITV.
Adequate funding. We always need adequate funding in Canada for APTN to continue to tell the stories that we feel are so important to get out. The important stories, the good stories, the not so good stories. And when you're looking at reconciliation, it's a tough road. A venue like APTN is key to getting their story out in terms of the truth.
Most of them are visiting Taiwan for the first time. The IPCF chairman Maros and his team share the journey of fighting for Indigenous media, the important role played by the Indigenous society, and looks forward to further exchanges.
因为我们跟APTN 加拿大原民台本来就有 MOU， 那在这一块，我们希望在未来能够透过节目跟纪录片的方式，透过双边的合作，彼此交流经验。
This is the first Canadian delegation visiting Taiwan with a focus on Indigenous issues. The delegation was led by Brian Francis, an Indigenous senator and the chair of Standing Senate Committee on Indigenous Peoples. Delegation members include Canada's 3 Indigenous groups.
So we're really looking forward to see if there are more similarities and also ways that we can possibly or potentially collaborate in the future. Because as I see it, as Indigenous peoples, we're all together.
Throughout the journey in Taiwan, the delegation will visit Indigenous organizations and even Indigenous communities, sharing experiences including economy and transitional justice, and hope to strengthen partnership between Taiwan and Canada through Indigenous affairs.